Another very big story tonight. North Korea's newest missile launch, the KN-17 missile, flew 1,245 miles above the surface of the Earth this weekend. That's 1,000 miles higher than our International Space Station. And this missile showed capability that would put American troops and U.S. Air Force bombers based in Guam within the strike range if it was launched on a normal trajectory. So here now is Malice, author of the book Dear Reader, the unauthorized autobiography of Kim Jung Il, who is the father of Kim Jong-un. Welcome. Good to have you here today.
Thank you, Martha.
This is the 10th test that we have seen of this kind in a very short period of time. What do you think he's up to? What message is he sending?
He wants ransom. Whenever you deal with any kind of gangster regime, they're going to go in, they're going to show their guns, they're going to shoot them at the ceiling instead of shooting up people, because if they shoot up people, they're going to get retribution. And what they do, and they boast about this in their literature, and I talk about this in my book, is they're going to, have the sound and the fury, but then they're going to say, on the other hand, if you want us to calm down, if you want to give us some oil, we'll be more than happy to accept it.
So this has been going on for decades, and every time this happens, we give them concessions, we send aid to North Korea, find ways to settle them down for a little bit, and then they start up again. Is there any reason to think that this time they are interested in actually launching a nuclear warhead on one of these missiles when they have that capability?
I wouldn't worry so much about the nuclear warhead. I worry about, look how close Seoul and Tokyo. Now, if they're fighting regular missiles, and we can't even imagine what that would look like if missiles started hitting Seoul, a city of 10 million people, or Tokyo, and hitting those skyscrapers. It would be horrific. And yet they haven't done that yet. If they're going to fire nukes, they're going to have one shot. And they're not going to waste that shot on something like Guam. They're going to go someplace big. And in the sense of American lives, that's not something we have to worry about, not for a long time. However, this saber-rattling is escalating, and I think that's a function of the fact that China's had enough of their shenanigans.
So Vladimir Putin weighing in on this,
yes.
Saying, back off a little bit. You don't want to intimidate North Korea. What's that about?
Notice that Putin's saying this publicly as opposed to calling a President Trump and saying it privately, because China for a long time has been their only backer in any sense. Now that China is publicly backing away a little from them, Vladimir Putin is seeing a power vacuum. And I was born in the Soviet Union, in the Russian mentality, if you see your enemy digging his own grave, you hand him a shovel. So of course Putin is publicly come out and be like, hey, North Korea, look, I'm the one who has your back, and that's going to make him and their alliance a little bit stronger. Interesting.
Now, if you could throw open the doors of the dark nation,
yes,
what would people see inside North Korea that you think would surprise them the most?
Well, the reason I wrote the book was to throw open these doors and to show that these people are smart, rational, and calculating. They boast about their strategies, and their strategies have worked. So they're not crazy at all. They know what they're doing, and they've been playing us like a fiddle for decades.
Malice, thank you very much. Great to have you here tonight.
Thanks, Martha.